Put the world in a tin can, black market contraband, and it hurt just a little bit when they sliced and packaged it.
70 people are killed in bombings in Pakistan.
It's claimed the attack was carried out to avenge the death of Osama bin Laden.
Oh, you wanna get it right sometimes. There's so much to be scared of, and not much to make sense of. How did the clowns ever get control?
A blow to American forces who've been fighting so hard so long. More than 500 Taliban prisoners managed to sneak out of prison through tunnels.
Just wanna get it right sometimes. That's how you see the world. How many times can you see? You can't believe what you heard. That's how you see the world. Don't you worry yourself, you're not gonna get hurt.
It wasn't long before South Waziristan became a new center of al-Qaeda's global operations. Several al-Qaeda plots, one involving targets in London and New York, were traced back here. The leader of the South Waziri Taliban was a young charismatic tribesman, Nek Mohammed.
Nek Mohammed was a Taliban commander from Waziristan who had headed a training camp of Al-Qaeda west of Kabul in Afghanistan, and he received Al-Qaeda leaders in Waziristan. They were hiding with him, and his followers are still having foreign guests, and they are still fighting Al-Qaeda's war.
When he became known, he was just 27 years old, and he became a commander of these Pakistani tribal militants who were harboring the Al-Qaeda members in Waziristan.
The Americans put pressure on the Pakistanis to do something. Finally, after 2 assassination attempts on Musharraf, one linked to South Waziristan, the Pakistani army sent in gunships and 5,000 troops to a remote area known as the Shakai Valley. They targeted several al-Qaeda training camps and the home of Nek Mohammed. The fighting was fierce.
When the Pakistan Army and the Frontier Corps tried to take over his village, Kalusha, near Wana in South Waziristan, the army suffered a lot because they were sitting in ambush. So then they realized his power. They thought he has real power and he can strike back.
When the army started to take these hits after it got up there, Musharraf stopped the operations fairly quickly. I think the Americans were disappointed. They understood that these casualties were politically poisonous in Pakistan, that Musharraf was waging an unpopular war. But nonetheless, he was in for a dime, and the feeling, I think, on the American side was, well, let's go at least up to 50 cents before we quit. And instead, Musharraf began to promote this view that you don't understand how political change is affected in this part of the world. I'm going to negotiate and co-opt our rivals.
Musharraf ordered his military and the ISI to negotiate a deal with Nek Mohammed.
The agreement was that the militants either lay down arms or they are going to be shunted out of the place, and the locals are going to cooperate with the army in asking these militants to either get off Pakistan or lay down their arms.